Dragonmasters, Rise of the Earth Dragon, Chapter 9, Whispers. And that is how to shine a dragon skills. Ribbon was saying later that week. Remember, brush one skill at a time, no shortcut, Rory said. Can we go up again? Greg was glad Rory had asked. They had been stuck in the training room for 3 days. Greg liked learning about the dragons, but he was used to being outside all day, every day on his farm back home. He was starting to forget what the sun looked like. The wizard had a tall pile of books on his desk. There is much for you to learn first. We'll go out again soon. Rory. Then a soldier came in. He handed something to Greg. The wizard smiled. Greg, this is a letter for you. Read it out loud, Anna says. Greg quickly nodded to grab it. Dear Greg, we're glad that you're safe. We still don't know why the king brought you there. Can you tell us? Please keep writing, so we won't worry. And thank you to your friends for helping you to write to us. Love, your mother. Your mother sounds like nice, both said. Greg's eyes started to burn. He held back his tears. Thanks, he said. May I send another letter to tell her about the dragons? You must not say anything about the dragons. Robert says the king's record was be kept. The wizard stood up. Now it's time to shine your dragons. Let us go. As they were leaving the training room, Rory ran over to Anna. She started whispering to her. Greg kept an eye on Rory as they walked toward the dark cave. She had a sneaky look on her face. He thought, what are she and Anna up to? Chapter 10, Worm's Story. Drake stepped inside Worm's dark cave. Worm opened one eye. I need to shine your scales, Drake said. He was carrying a bush, a bucket, and towels. Drake looked at Worm's brown scales. They're not shiny, he said, but I'll clean them away. Drake was still getting used to being around Worm. The dragon's head was as big as Drake. Worm could swallow Drake in one glove if he wanted to. But something about Worm made Drake feel peaceful. Drake gently brushed one of Worm's scales. The big dragon made a sound low in his throat. Worm smiled and closed his eyes. Do you like that? Drake asked. Worm made another purring sound. Good. He cleaned Worm's scales. One at a time, I kind of missed the onions flew back home. Drake has to his dragon. It was hard work, but I love being outside. Drake started to clean Worm's head. And I really miss my family, Drake said. He scratched behind Worm's ear, like he did with his cap back home. Then he felt his hand starting tingling. He tried to take up his hand off Worm, but he couldn't. It was stuck. Drake's eyes winded. Look at the Worm. The dragon was staring hard at him. Picture popped into Drake's head. He saw the cave from his nightmare. He saw the East landed again. Before, Drake had woke up. This time, the picture kept coming. Worm was trying to get out of this cave, but the other dragons were in a way. The soldier rushed into the cave. His shoulders short as a gold dragon sword. As king's soldiers? Drake asked. The soldier wrapped Worm in chain. They dragged him out of the cave. Eee! Drake could hear Worm cry. Then his hand stopped tingling. The picture left his hand. Drake looked at Worm. Did that really happen? Did the king man take you away from your family? Just like they took me away from mine? Worm nodded. I'm so sorry, Drake said. He drew his arms around Worm's neck. Worm closed his eyes. All his life, Drake had looked up to King Roden. But why wouldn't the king man treat Worm like a prisoner? Wrote Drake. Maybe he isn't such a good king after all. Chapter 11. Noise in the Night. Good job cleaning Worm's scales, Drake, Ruby said, walking into the cave. Drake wasn't going to say anything about what Worm had shown him. Done yet. But he did have a question of Gribbet. How did the dragons get here? He asked. The king's soldiers shrieked, fall, and white, Gribbet replied. It is not easy to find dragons. Most people have never seen one. But the king did not give up. His soldiers were able to capture these four. But did the dragons want to come here? Drake asked. The king does not always think about what dragon wants. Ribbit said darkly. Now come. It is time for supper. After they ate, Bo and Drake went to their room. Bo was teaching him how to write the alphabet. Bo drew capital, then a lowercase d. See, Bo said. The big D looks like a dragon with a big belly. He drew a picture of the paper, like Vulcan. Drake said with a laugh. Bo laughed too. Moonlight grid of Bo's Dragonstone is rimmed Drake of something he wanted to ask Bo about. Does your stone ever grow? Drake asked. Bo shook his head. No, he said. Why do you ask? Because I saw mine glow once, Drake said. When I was with Worm, that's interesting, Bo said. You should tell Griffith. Drake nodded tomorrow, he said. Drake worked rows of the ladder deep before he went to sleep. He thought he would dream of the these for maybe a Worm again. But just after he climbed into bed, trunk, Drake heard a loud noise. He sat up and saw two figures standing by both beds. Chapter 12. A Sneaky Plan. The two figures turned around. It was Rory and Anna. What do you want? Drake asked. Go back to sleep, Rory snapped. Why should I? He snapped back. Drake was tired of Rory being so worthy. Yeah, what's your tea? Both said. And why are you two here? Anna spoke up. We're going to bring our dragon outside while the rest of the castle is asleep. Do you guys want to come? You can bring Worm with you. This is a bad idea, Bo said. No, it's not, Rory said. We're Dragonmasters. We should be able to take our dragon out whenever we want to. You have a point, Greg agreed. And I do think Worm would like go outside again. Bo looked worried. What did Greg find out? He asked. What did King find out? They won't find out, Rory said. So long as neither of you say anything. She looked them both in the eyes. Well, come on then, said Anna. Drake split up his shoes. He followed the others down the halls. The door to Griffith's room was open. He was snoring loudly. Zzz. Rory put the fingers to her lips. Shh. As they tiptoed past the door, Drake peeked inside. The wizard's long beard flew up every time he snored. The Dragonmaster walked down the stairs. The car in front of the training room door was asleep too. That's Simon, Rory whispered. He always fell asleep. They tiptoed past Simon and into the training room. The torches were not lit, so the room was black. Rory lit the candle. Then she passed candle to each of them. Now let's get the dragon, she said, still whispering. They reached Vulcan Cave first. Rory opened the gate. Welcome, Vulcan, she said. We're going outside, grumbling. Vulcan go to his bed. Anna and Bo walked to their dragons. Drake went to Worm's gate. Worm, do you want to go outside? Drake asked. Worm lifted his hand. His eyes shot wide open. They stared right at Drake. Drake got a strange feeling. Come on, Worm, Drake said. But Worm didn't move. He just stared at Drake. Is she trying to tell me something? Drake wondered. Rory, Anna, and Bill walked up to Worm's cave with their dragons. Is Worm coming? Rory asked. Suddenly, Drake froze. He heard words inside his head. Do not go in the